Doing? This is Craig. I am back with movie number 10 for October. This movie is definitely the newest one we've done. Even though it says it was made in 2016, it just became available for digital download this past Friday, and that's when I saw it. I saw a trailer. It looked kind of crazy, and I even got a buddy of mine to watch it with me who's not big yet on horror films, but I'm trying to get him there. He's going to pop up in videos sooner than later, I'm sure about it. And then you'll get too much of him, but that's okay. No. The movie I'm reviewing right now is something called Better Watch Out. Now, I saw the preview. The preview makes it look like a home invasion type flick. It actually looks like the young boy helped save the babysitter. We don't do these reviews with spoilers, so I'm trying not to. I will tell you this, and I don't know if it's a spoiler as much as it's like giving you actual information. That's not what the movie's about whatsoever. This movie is pretty twisted. The boy himself is pretty twisted, and he does some pretty screwed up shit in this movie with himself, his friend, and the babysitter who he lusts after and has this big scam over how he's going to seduce her, and doesn't really work out considering she's like 20, he's like 15, but he still tries to do his thing, and well, he goes to some really big stretches. It is a fun movie. It's more farcical than comedic. Like some of the stuff is so extreme. There is definitely the horror element, though. There are several kills, and most of them are pretty brutal. You know, one of them, not maybe a level of brutality, but definitely a level of ingenuity. Essentially, this is what happens to me. This movie would be what would happen if Kevin McAllister was a sociopath. I think that's the perfect way to describe it. What would happen if Kevin McAllister was a sociopath? I will tell you, there is something tricky about this film that made it hard to watch initially, and I might even have liked it more if it wasn't for the thing I'm about to tell you. The lead actor in it, the kid who's playing the sociopath, Luke, he freaking looks exactly like the kid from Gotham. Okay, the one who's playing Bruce Wayne. Went to IMDb, had to check, they're not at all the same person. I still went back there a couple of times to check, still not the same person. Also, the actress who's playing the babysitter does look a lot like a young Kristen Bell. So that sort of gets you kind of watching and say, wait, that's that. No, it's not that person. But aside from that, it's fun. It has a couple of good twists. It definitely has, like I said, I think I said enough, right? Home Alone, if Kevin McAllister was a sociopath, like, and did the stuff he did. Because the Home Alone traps, oh, okay. You know, and I know there's that joke that Kevin McAllister from Home Alone grew up to become Tobin Bell's character in Saw. You know, it's a nice, fun fan theory, even though that's not the case. But this kid definitely could. He definitely could grow up to it. Because the preview is such a misdirect. I almost think if the preview went the light way, more people would see it. Maybe it would have actually hit the theaters. Instead, I don't remember this in the theaters, so I'm pretty sure this is straight to DVD release. I don't know why it was made in 2016 and just out now. Maybe they're trying to get it out there and it just can't happen. But it will go into my rotation now because it is a nice, it has a Christmassy vibe to it. At one point, I think he's even rocking a Christmas sweater. You know, so it could be like a fun horror movie, comedy around Christmas time. Although I don't know if it's meant as much about a comedy. I gotta be careful with that. It's not comedy the way Shaun of the Dead was comedy. It's comedy in the way that, boy, that kid is doing some really twisted things. I only am reviewing it because I liked it as much as I did. You know, I was trying to stay away from more mainstream stuff, you know, but it was such a fun frick. And for what it's worth, and I do check this stuff out, IMDb has it at 6.8. Now, I only check out IMDb scores from the standpoint of, I think when it comes to movies that we like, IMDb, unless it's something that's a critically acclaimed film like The Exorcist, they dump on everything. You know, so the fact that you see this at 6.8 should tell you something. A good rule of thumb from my take is add at least 1.5 points to any horror review you see on IMDb. Add at least 1.5 points. You add 1.5 points, you probably get a more true rating to how much you will or not like the movie. It even has some odd casting, like the boy's mother is Virginia Madsen, and the boy's father is Patrick Warburton from The Tick and Seinfeld and the one with David Spade, whose name I can't remember at the moment. You know, that was on CBS for a long time. Like, so that was odd. They popped up in a movie like this. Maybe they were in it to try to help the director out. I'm not sure if that was part of it, but I definitely recommend it. I'm talking around and I know because I don't want to spoil it. I mean, all they did tell you is a bunch of kills and the kid is kind of twisted, but even more twisted than you think. You know, and it's kind of cringeworthy at times. But that cringeworthy turns into a very, very satisfying ending. So, I recommend you watch it. We don't do ratings here. We're just doing thumbs up, thumbs down. That's been the trend for these 31. And that's what I'm going to keep it at. So this is definitely a very enthusiastic thumbs up. Number 10 on the list probably is the biggest thumbs up so far, as far as the movies we've done. I know Spider-Hole from the first one was holding strong, but better watch out. Gets a big thumbs up for me. If you haven't seen it and you watch because there's video, comment down below. I'm curious what you thought. If you have seen it, still comment down below. I'm curious if you agree or if you think, wow, you could not be more incorrect, sir. I'll take the feedback. Have a good one, folks.